I'm going to go ahead and launch this thing because this intro video is a little longer than average too. So,
Yep,
guys,
let's do it.
We'll see you on Crash Zone Alpha. Let's do it.
The Narrows of the English Channel have borne witness to some of the most famous naval battles in history. Now the storied cliffs of Dover provide the inspiration and backdrop for a naval clash of epic proportions. This is Crash Zone Alpha. Crash Zone Alpha is a 42 by 42 kilometer domination-style map with 3 cap points running in a line from southwest to northeast. The A cap is in the bottom left, B is in the center, and C is in the top right. In the center and southwest, both A and B caps provide a little cover for radar cruisers looking to support friendly destroyers as they vie for control of each cap. The islands that hug the borders of these two capture zones are tall enough to block most shells and close enough that their radar envelopes will cover their respective capture areas. To the northeast, Capture Area C is a much riskier play for cruisers. The islands here are smaller and further back from the capture zone, providing better access for destroyers. Battleships seeking better firing angles on enemies further south are likely to find what they're looking for, but pushing too far, too quickly, can be a very risky play. 18 ships, 2 teams, 1 victor. It's time to play Crash Zone Alpha.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 4 of this American NA semi-final match here in King of the Sea 11. Bringing you AP and 007. What could be a game match for 00, but AP must win to stay alive. AP coming to the dance with Ohio Yamato and a wide variety of cruisers here. Worcester, Goliath, Venezia, Moskva, and Des Moines. We haven't seen a Worcester in a little while. That's an interesting choice. And, of course, sticking with the old reliable Summers and Yang that have gotten them this far in the match, and presumably the tournament.
Right, and then 007, of course, doing their triple Shimakaze. Once again, those are 20-kilometer torpedoes. We've got Ohio, Yamato, double Des Moines, and then Moskva, Nevsky rounding their lineup up.
Indeed. Now, 00 is opting for kind of an equal split here, right? 4 ships north, 4 ships south, and then they're going to leave Eagle Lance to fight over the B cap. Let's see if is there anybody that's going to be able to contest him. It's actually curious. Polsky's Yu Yang taking a very aggressive line here, kind of due east along the D line, but going to be out of radar range, will not be able to pick up Eagle at that range.
Yep. Still, I mean, that's going to force Eagle, like you can see, he's slowly backing in here in the Shimakaze. There he is. But nobody's in range to really detect him with radar, so Eagle's going to get the cap for a little bit. There's the first attempt at radar.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Polsky's radar's going up, but Eagle's safely out of range, so kind of a waste there. Not going to get anything out of it.
Yeah, Polsky kind of misplayed this. He probably would have been better off going straight into B cap, but whatever.
Or maybe even playing on the backside of this island that's he just left behind, right? You play here in about D5 or so, and then you try to radar to push Eagle off the cap. I mean, 007 bringing the 3 Shimas, you know they're going to be putting a Shima on each cap, right? That's just the way this is going to play. So
sure.
you kind of got to approach it a little better, I think, than Polsky just did. But it is what it is. Eagle bags B early. 007 starting to work up a point lead.
Yep. So Polsky heading to C. Now keep in mind he uses his radar. He doesn't have it available. This critical torpedo salvo.
This could be dangerous.
You see it right there.
He sees them.
Polsky,
he is turning in. He's got a nice. Yeah, he's got a gap. Cut his engines and turn. He's fine.
Super ultra late extreme braking.
That's right.
He's fine.
A is contested. Desert on the bottom end. They just pushed the Summers off. Who was that? That's KV Summers. Not sure how. Must have been a Moskva radar.
Meanwhile, Desert Rat is going to grab A, possibly hitting Woshi in the Venezia as well with torpedoes. We'll have to see. Woshi be fine.
You should be able to turn out of those, especially since, again, the Shimakaze 20-kilometer torps are spotted so far out.
Mm-hmm.
But for the moment, 007 doing what AP did to them last game, using their destroyers to take an early cap lead and force some pressure.
Yep. Now RX is in the Nevsky there, taking some hits. He's moving away. Obviously, that's a position for like a Stalingrad or a Moskva. Not so much a Nevsky, and you can see why.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see them put a Nevsky in that position, but at least I like what they did with RX in that they flipped him around. Like he's bow to the south so he can run out of there if he needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's the other thing we're seeing, Zath. If you remember, we watched, and I can no longer remember which team it was, but we watched another team go with this kind of double spammy HE cruiser position up here on this island on the north side of sea. We've seen this play before as well. And
yes, we have.
AP is making that play right here.
And Critical is ready for it. Torpedoes are already coming out for Jason. Jason's got his radar up. That's not going to detect Critical because Critical's too far away. But it is probably going to allow Polsky to capture C.
Yep, Polsky should bag C here. And if you look, Zath, they've pulled KV completely off the A cap. They're sending him and the Venezia to B. So it seems as if AP is kind of making an audible here.
They're kind of sending him to B, but they're kind of also not. If you look at the way that they're moving, especially Venezia now turning farther north, it feels like maybe they'll send the Summers there. But you're absolutely right. They need to go into B at this point.
But they definitely seem to be just surrendering the A cap completely. And at the moment, I don't think that 007 has quite realized that this is what's happening because their ships are still arrayed in a more of a defensive position to hold A and to kind of like receive incoming ships.
Yep. Quincy
AP
doing a nice job of getting the hell out.
AP does bag the C cap. That stems the bleeding a little bit, but they're already down 200 points here 6 minutes into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Bunch of deep waters going out for the Nevsky, but Eagle Lance doing a brilliant job screening for his teammate. Had to be the overwhelming majority of those, giving RX plenty of time to get it to dodge most of them, I would think.
So, at this point, I mean, 007 is looking extremely strong. They've got 2 points that they control.
Yep.
So KV really needs to get into B cap. But look, Eagle Lance is already starting to rotate back.
Yep.
To potentially block that.
Well, and what's interesting is that they just radared. So they have a range on him.
Mm-hmm.
They do. They've just radared Eagle. They know where he is.
Yep.
They brought the Venezia back, which is a play that I like, because it allows them to slap Eagle if they can get eyes on him. And they're taking a salvo with the Venezia now. This should hurt, but it shouldn't be awful. Yeah. At that angle, he'll bounce most of them, right? I like the Moskva position, but I feel like that radar was probably a little too early. They couldn't have known that, of course, but they might have been better served to wait until KV was in the cap and then let Eagle come in to contest and then pop the radar.
Yep. Woshi making Inky and trying to shoot again. Unfortunately for him, Eagle Lance disappears. Those shots nowhere near his target.
Yep. Woshi was taking a blind shot there. Now, the Summers and if Eagle comes around that corner, he and the Shima will actually be face spotting each other.
Mm-hmm.
They are going to bag the reset on the Summers. Here come the Venezia salvos.
Oh,
not a bad hit.
Nice hit.
Not a bad hit.
Venezia on Eagle Lance.
But they don't have a radar to fish out Eagle, and of course Eagle's now back behind hard cover. So B's basically frozen now, for the moment anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That holds the... Well, no, actually, did they push Eagle off the cap? They did. Although Eagle's about to be back in.
I mean, yeah, he just reversed off of it, so it's very easy to get back in.
Yep.
The bigger question is, can KV get out of smoke to detect Eagle Lance?
He can't right now. Not with a Nevsky looking for him.
That's the problem. So Eagle Lance's torpedoes are going to go way, way off, which could potentially hit Woshi. But beyond that, KV's okay in B cap.
Well, those Shimakaze torpedoes were at Woshi. Like that's the ship that they need to get off the board in this position.
Sure.
The other thing that they might ought to consider doing, dodgy, but like if you could bring the Moskva up to where KV is, that could be really beneficial because it would give you more guns on the Shimakaze, on Eagle Lance, when you finally spot him again, whenever that happens to be.
AP has a 4-ship party going north of Seacap here. They gotta do something with this. I mean, they're against 3 opponents.
Well, and what's happening, Double O has obviously, by this time, figured out that these guys have abandoned A completely, and so they've reoriented. They've pulled the Yamato back. That's Desert Fox. They're sending, whose Des Moines is this? That's Elgar, chasing this Goliath up the 1 line, excuse me. And the other Shimakaze that they've freed up, that's Desert Rat, is going to be up here bringing his own brand of havoc very, very soon with more of his metal fishes.
Right. I mean, poor Woshi has to dodge like all of the torpedoes. Here comes another salvo.
Sooner or later, Eagle Lance and... actually, Eagle outspots the Summers. That just occurs to me. Shimakaze outspots the Summers, so... Unless KV wants to give up a bunch of HP, there's only so much he can do there. They put a couple of torps into absolute detonations. Yamato way up on the top of the map. Team trying to hook and come around the 10 line. AP needs to get a kill out of this push.
These guys have to move, and that's one of the hardest things about pushes. Is when you're pushing into people that are kiting away, you are essentially sacrificing hit points for board positioning, and that's something that has to happen now for AP. Otherwise, all 4 of those ships are there for no good reason whatsoever.
Well, AP, I mean, they're making inroads with that push, but it's coming. It feels like it's not coming quick enough. The match is half over. 007 holds that 240 point lead on that early cap advantage, and right now they're on the verge of losing Lowski's Goliath over here on the 1 line. He's losing this duel with Elgar. He needs one of his fancy heals to come back very soon. I don't know what the cooldown is on that.
You know, it's interesting to see a Goliath in here because, yeah, you're absolutely right. Aside from the super heal, there's not much that it brings to the table. Especially looking at his turrets. I mean, his rear turrets are the only ones facing Elgar right now.
Venezia salvo going in on Eagle. Nope, they all miss a stern. He blows the entire salvo. KV not so lucky, taking some pretty solid damage there in the B cap.
Nice kill.
Ooh, they finally bagged the Ohio way over here on the 10 line. They needed that kill big time.
Yep. Meanwhile, Lowski uses his print a new ship button, so that makes Elgar feel a little bit less interested in chasing.
Yep. Lowski needed that to come back off a cooldown. It finally did. Lots of torpedoes out over here looking for Prost and Woshi's Venezia, but I think Woshi's gonna scoot out of the way of those early. Prost can probably find a gap.
Fine. Prost might find 1 torpedo.
Now,
could be a lot worse.
Ooh, they did succeed in pushing Eagle off the cap, Zath. They're gonna pick up B. Now, it's not catastrophic. Yep. Eagle will get back on and start contesting, I think. Although he might. Is he gonna take a torpedo? No, he's got room to dodge.
He'll be fine.
Room to dodge.
Dodge!
That's right. But the kill does allow AP some breathing room. They close the gap to about 130 points here, as they have bagged one of the opposing battleships.
It's still anybody's game.
No, really very much so.
Call this at this point, guys.
Nah, way too early. Way too early to call. I mean, and also AP has a solid health advantage at the moment, right? About 100,000 hit points. That's very, very noteworthy.
Now look at the push coming from Polsky. Oh, RX taking some.
RX hammered by the Yamato, goes out right there. That narrows the gap again. We're gonna have a lead change momentarily.
That's what you'd expect to see out of a side that's going to push. Now Jason is getting slapped by Desert Fox's Yamato. He's reversing here. Ouch.
Just hammered.
Jason's gonna have to wait for absolute detonation to get in front of him. Now that's going to give 007 a little bit of time to reset the board.
But MCAT's also very low, way back here on the back of the map. G36 Smokey now trying to screen him. Polsky's been chasing him to keep him lit so that the battleships could keep pounding him. But right now they have no vision on him, and there's the lead change. AP moving out to their first lead of this game. 6 minutes to play in Game 4.
Now look at Lowski. Lowski is moving forward with the Goliath now. He says, Elgar probably doesn't care to follow me, so he's changing his approach.
Well, it's
And
good,
that's
but
huge.
it's going to keep pressure on Elgar, and it also, I mean, 007 has reoriented their deployment. Oh, that is huge. They killed Polsky.
What happened, Polsky?
He was pushing aggressively to keep MCAT spotted, but that is a risk when you fight a Des Moines as a destroyer. He can counter spot you by pushing a button. And that's what he got caught out.
Amazing what happens when a button wins you the game.
Yeah, it can happen. What I was saying, though, was that they've been pushing Elgar, and if Elgar goes down, and it's looking increasingly like that's going to happen, 007's deployment is going to free up Lowski to get back into A. AP might be able to pick up A. That would be...
They have to kill Elgar first.
They got to kill Elgar. There he goes.
Is.
That flips the lead back the other way. AP now up 2 ships and on caps.
So Lowski can go in A, but the problem with Lowski going in A is he's got Megazao in the Moskva in a brilliant position to block him. Takashika taking some torpedoes here from Shimakaze. Ouch.
I didn't say it was a great play, but I'm saying it could. The fact that he's back there threatens 007's backfield, right? They have to consider the Goliath's position now because the ship that was holding it in check is now gone.
Oh yeah, Goliath is suddenly a ship that was ridiculed. Is now a ship that is a severe threat to this team's to 07's winning. Megazao now on fire, 7,000 hit points and falling.
I'm not sure 007 can recover here, Zath. It's going to be tough. I mean, they need to kill. They need to kill something, but they're about to lose Mega, and that's going to cut even more time off the clock.
So you're telling me we'll go to a game 5. I'm really upset about this.
I really think that's what we're about to watch. I mean, here come the Goliath salvo on Mega. If he eats all of these, those should be full pins. There he goes.
Oh,
there he goes. There it is. I mean, barring something we can't foresee, I just don't see a way that 00 wins this game.
Yep, Lowski's going to get into A, and he's pretty much uncontested. Even the Shimakaze spot him. Like, come on.
No, I mean, it's not going to happen. I mean, the Shima can't afford to get spotted by Goliath guns. He'll just get crushed.
Eagle Lance trying to make something happen here. Now he's out of smoke. He's going to have to run.
10 seconds. Time ticking away.
I think we're
going
to game 5.
Barring a detonation, we're going to game 5.
That means that we picked 2 fantastic series.
Does
realize
indeed.
That, good friend? Holy crap.
Does indeed. Game 5 it is. AP on the verge of potentially a reverse sweep.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.